Alrighty, YouTube. So either in the next patch or this patch coming up, I guess that's the same thing. Either in the next patch or in 2 patches, we will be getting the first ever treasures in this game, and then from then on, every 2 months we'll be getting 1 treasure for every Nikke. So I want to talk about the treasures and what they could be giving the characters who are getting treasures. But before we do that, there is a new code that I do want to share with you guys, because I'm scrolling through Twitter right here and I see it. Fear sent me this as well, but I didn't make a community post because I forgot. But yeah, there is the new code Nikke1 first race, I guess, and you get 300 gems. I will leave this code in the comments as well, so if you guys want to go ahead and get yourself free 300 gems, I'll leave that down below in the comments. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, treasures are coming soon, and you know, I want to talk about what I think they could do for treasures. So these are the characters that are getting treasures. Now, first things first, for treasures you need to have LB2 for the character, right? Treasures were supposed to come out with the half anniversary, but because obviously of the survey, they lowered the requirements where before you had to have the characters LB3, now you need to have the characters LB2, and you need to have the bond with, in my case, honestly, I think it's much worse, because they could have just added the feature where whatever character gets a treasure, you're able to just buy their dupes in the shop, right? And then just get them LB3 still. So I do think the way they have it now is worse, because getting a character attraction 20 is not easy. It's not hard, but it's not easy as well, since you need a lot of tickets, right? I need to get all these characters to 20. Now my Laplace is already 30, so she's good. But these are when I put in her 2 dupes, I need to get her to attraction 20. I need to get Exia to attraction 20, Freema to attraction 20. Like, that's a bit much. That's a lot of tickets. But I want to talk about what I think each character can do. So let's start off with obviously the hero Laplace, right? This is Laplace's kit. Now I feel like one thing that I found a problem for Laplace when the game first started was the fact that her burst skill was a 5-second thing, right? I do wish her burst skill was 10 seconds, and I think with her treasure they can easily now increase that to 10 seconds, especially with all the broken characters they have. That being 10 seconds would be good, right? Obviously you're not able to cover, which is still fine. They would probably have to increase the max damage as well to something well over 1,000, and then also the damage over time to something well over 50, I feel like. So this probably over 1,000%, this over 50%, this for 10 seconds, the last for 5. So let me just say that rather than think this. Max damage over 1000% of final attack, damage over time over 50% of final attack, lasts for 10 seconds max, right? And then obviously if the same enemy when the hero vision is fully stacked deals 9% of final attack as true damage, increase that to maybe 50%. Like, we're looking for, I feel like when we get treasures, maybe 50% for true damage is a bit much, maybe 30%, but I feel like for treasures we should see a genuine buff to these characters. I don't want them to have this whole thing about having treasures for them to still be unusable, right? I'm not saying every time a character gets a treasure they should be the best character in the game, no, but they should be good enough where I can generally pick them as a DPS option, right? When it comes to DPSs, and when it comes to supporter, they should be good enough now where I can use them as a supporting option, right? That's the whole point of these treasures, this treasure system in any game, realistically, right? Now I think they could add more to her hero vision, right? Because I know it says hero vision explosion radius increased by 2%. That stacks up to 5 times for 5 seconds. That's kind of lame, right? I feel like they could keep the explosion radius, maybe increase the percentage, but add a new effect. And we know they can add new effects to skills, because we've seen him with, I believe, Miranda, when she got a buff a year ago. They did give her a new skill, but I do think they could add something here that kind of increases her attack, maybe, especially if she has all this, maybe attack damage rather than attack percent. I don't know, but I don't mind if they give her something that increases her own damage to help her really do more damage here. And then her hero bomber, when the last bullet hits the target, deals 63% final attack as additional damage, and then 11% if it's hitting a target's parts. This should be increased by a big time. This should be well over 100%. This right here could be like 50%. That's fine, right? But I'm expecting them to, when they fix Laplace's treasure, when they give her a treasure, I'm expecting her treasure to genuinely make her a valuable DPS option, not just another buff that's still useless. I hate when they do this. I hate when games buff up a character and the buff still makes them garbage. Look at Neon. She was one of the worst. This treasure is the next saving grace for Summer Neon, right? She was a garbage ass character on release, and then they buffed her like 2 days after, and she was still garbage. She's so bad, it's so sad, right? Bars. But Exia, let's take a look at Exia. So Exia, I think Exia has a cool kit. Honestly, I don't know why Exia has a kit that's so selfish, especially since she's a burst 1 supporter, right? If I remember correctly, she's a burst 1 supporter, right? Yeah, I don't know why she has a kit so selfish. This is the worst design I've ever seen, right? Activates when the last round of ammunition hits. She gives herself an attack buff that stacks up to 5 times for 15 seconds. Why is she doing that for herself? No, make that all allies. That would be crazy, actually. Do you know how crazy that would be if they left it at the same percentage it was for 15 seconds, but change it from affect self to affects all allies? Do you know how crazy that would be? She gave all allies an attack buff that stacks based on the last rounds of ammunition hits for herself. That would be good. Damn, that might be crazy. Here, I feel like if you're going to lower attack and defense, it needs to be way bigger. Like, these are level 1 skills, obviously, but at level 10, I'm telling you, it's not going maybe past 20%. Maybe it might just slightly past 20%. But I don't think this is enough. Even in today's meta, I don't think like an attack down and debuff down, defense down really matters, right? Even if they increase it for 10 seconds, right? Maybe unless they make it a massive percentage, then sure, like, but realistically, I don't feel like this is enough. So I'm not sure what I would want them to do here besides really just increase the percentage and make it 10 seconds so you feel like you're actually doing something with it. But I feel like this is all I would want from this is to change it to all allies, right? Basically make this a Scarlet a Scarlet attack buff for all allies that could also go to Scarlet, right? And then her burst skill, just redesign the whole thing, just completely delete and redo it. Why? I don't know why a supporter SMG, no, sniper, a supporter sniper is dealing damage here. I don't know why. Affects 10 enemies with the highest defense, deals 67% final attack of damage, lowers their defense for 5 seconds. When you're fully stacked, it's additional. No, delete, or just delete. Just rework this. I don't know. Or just, I guess you can keep this and then just add something that like maybe lowers, like give her the Blanc effect where she lowers you know, or I guess increases damage taken. So reduces the damage or increases the damage that they take, right? So basically what Blanc has, right? Diesel. I feel like Diesel's a really decent character, and I don't know if there's like much that like I don't know. We'll see. So activates with entering full burst, affects self, defense buff. This, get rid of this. I'm sorry, defense buffs are so useless, but I'm not expecting Miki to really just get rid of defense. So they're just gonna have to increase that percent where it actually feels valuable, maybe, right? Affects when attacking during a full burst, recovers, affects self. I mean, does it have to be herself? Because realistically, entering a full burst is a team thing, right? So why not heal the team? I don't know. I feel like this affect self is so selfish for a character like this, right? Like this is a character who doesn't really need to be healing herself. And that's what I mean. Like she's not taunting or anything like that. I feel like this right here makes no sense. She's not taunting. She's not doing anything like that. So why? Oh, I guess she taunts on her burst skill. Okay, sure. I forgot. Okay, yeah, she taunts on her burst skill, so that's fine. Never mind. Then increase this by a big amount then. She is taunting. She's taunting on her burst skill. So increase this by a big amount then. Or at least keep the 7% healing, because I know this is going to go to a higher percentage at level 10. Increase the defense to like 50%. Not on level 1, but maybe like at level 10 it's like closer to 70% or something. I don't know, right? But like I'm trying to make these characters just survive, really, right? So maybe some of you guys are like, oh, no CXs, that's not gonna be realistic. But I'm just trying to tell you guys something that I feel like will help them survive a bit longer than what they would have. I feel like her second skill is pretty good. right? I think the anaximal capacity for itself that stacks 40% at level 5 that stacks to 10 times. I think that's a beautiful kit. And then the reload, I don't think this needs to change whatsoever. I think the only thing that needs to change for Diesel is literally her first and her burst skill. Taunt for 2 seconds. Wait, does that increase? It does. Honestly, get rid of the damage or add a new effect. Taunts and like reduces damage. If they keep the first skill, add effect that reduces damage when you use her burst skill. Just do that. Reduces damage if she's taunting. I don't like characters who taunt and don't have damage reduction. It makes no sense. Like the defense, if you're going to give her a taunt, then the defense has to be something either high value where the taunt is actually going to matter with the defense, or if she's going to taunt, then give her damage reduction where the taunt is going to matter with the damage reduction. That's it. But I think her second skill is fantastic for her. And then Freema, after landing 4, what is she again? A burst 1, a sniper. Okay, 4 normal attacks, effects. No, get rid of this. I mean, actually, lowering defense is not really the craziest at a low value, but what is it at level 10? Because 9% at level 1 doesn't really seem promising, but it doesn't seem like it's that outrageous if you want me to be genuine. Freema, at level 10, it's 15%. Get that up. That needs to go up. We need to see this go up, way up. These are characters who came out the beginning of the game. So for Nikke, it was 15% maybe early on in the game that mattered. But now these need to go up. You see how Dokkan has these new EZAs of the SSJ3 Goku and the Gotenks, and they're putting up numbers that are just like times 500%. They need to do that with these older characters. Increase that defense percentage up. So lower the enemy's defense after 4 normal attacks by a huge amount. I don't know what number I would want there, but increase it by a huge amount where it feels like I'm actually getting something out of it, right? Activates when attacking with a full charge effect for all allies. Max HP. Honestly, I think that's a pretty cool effect. I think what they should do though, because at level 10, it's 6% for 5 seconds. I think what they should do is probably increase the max per HP just a slightly bit more, and then add an effect that also has healing. So every full charge she's healing. Give her the Rapunzel effect. Right? Increase that max HP slightly for every full charge, and then also heal like 3 allies or 2 allies. That's fine. Also for every full charge, give her the Rapunzel effect, so then now you can use Freema with Crown, and then also use Freema with other characters who need that max HP buff. Do that. Give her that Rapunzel effect. And then the burst skill, you're already increasing max HP, so I don't think that needs to be higher, because at level 10 that's 30% on top of the skill 2. If you do increase that percent just a slight bit, I think that's fine. I think this first part of the burst skill is garbage though. Again, it's 100% of final attack and damage and 9% defense lower at level 10. Just redo this whole thing then, because I know you're not going to delete it. So, I mean, she's a supporter. You guys could keep it, right? I think really what they could do to make this character good, lower the defense by a huger number, increase the max HP on the second skill by slightly or more, it give her the Rapunzel healing effect, and then that's it. And then you could keep the rest of the kit. That's what I would want personally. So these are just little things that I feel like I would want for the character to make them a bit better, right? But obviously, you guys let me know what you guys think down below, right? It's your boy Zeuxis. Let me know if you guys have ideas of what you guys would want for the characters, because we will be getting these treasures in a few what? Like I don't know if it's the next update or the update after, but I believe they said at the end of May, right? But this next event goes up until the end of May, so maybe the second, like 2 events after, so not the next one but the one after the next one, we should be getting treasures. So you guys let me know if you have an idea for how you guys would want to revive these characters. These are just my little tips that I want personally, but if you guys want to use some of my tips and then incorporate it with your old tips, feel free to do that as well. Like I said, there is going to be a code pinned in the comments down below. It's your boy Zeuxis. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.